you heard the rumors that WWE is going to run a show in September that possibly may go up against All Out.
I don't think it's a rumor. I think it's happening, but
well, I mean, they haven't announced the event.
Oh,
yet,
okay.
so
Yeah, no.
As far as I know, they haven't announced the event.
And that, I mean, would likely be Brock, I would assume. Like,
I think it's Brock Cena. I think that's the match that they're going to run.
That is, I mean, this is what you talked about leading into All In. Like, if they're going to have competition, they got to be serious about it. Otherwise, don't even bother.
Garbage NXT at them. I mean, even Saturday night's main event was an interesting one because of the idea that people would watch it on NBC.
It forced them to move. I don't know if Tony will move this one.
Yeah, it'll be that's the positioning and the gamesmanship that is going to happen, because Gunther and Bill Goldberg, to a certain audience, I'm sure that was a giant match. In the current ecosystem of WWE, I did not feel like it was that big of a match. But if you're running Brock and John Cena, that is about as big of a non-title, non-cash-in, non-special match that you can get. Just and it's something that you've set up and that they're just waiting.
Take away the B from Brock, and that's the only other match.
That's the only other one. And look, to me, I don't need to see these dudes wrestle ever again, because we've seen it a bunch of times, and neither guy is going to be at the top of their game, and they're going to do some sort of, they're going to do some smoke and mirrors thing to make it entertaining. But again, it's going to be more about what happens at the end of that match. What is the moment coming out of that match? Because that's how they book these days. How they're going to try and steal the headlines from All Out, right? Whatever happens at All Out, whether it's Christian and Edge or, whatever the title match is, WWE is going to just try and take all of the attention away based on what happens at the result of that Brock Lesnar and John Cena match.
It'll be interesting, because if it doesn't work, then that's a big L for WWE. And whereas the AEW kind of can go into that and say, hey, you know what, we're just going to put on our show, and what we do is what we do. And, and obviously put on a great show and see how they do. I think AEW almost has nothing to lose there. You know what I mean? Like, if they do 110,000 buys for a show that should have done 140.
All Out isn't a heavy buy show for them.
No. Although in this case, they're going a month later, and usually it's like 2 weeks later, or in one case it was even 1 week later, I think. So
I mean, the only thing I think that would matter is if, for whatever reason, it's like they do 75,000 buys, which they're not. Right. They have they have a minimum audience right now.
But even if they do, yeah, it's an ego problem. But how much money is that costing? It's costing them like $3 million.
Yeah.
That's nothing. It's nothing. They could do zero buys.
It would hurt some feelings, though.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be an ego. It would be a hit to the ego. But in terms of like the bottom line, no. And then Tony can look at it and say, they threw the best match they possibly could at us, and we still did 75,000 buys.